What up, though? It's your boy. Go and see Spaceship Oasis the Incredible back for another edition. Straight Talk with Spaceship. Lola is somewhere on location right now. You know, we're gonna have her in. I don't try to. I'm slow rolling Lola into the business. You know, I don't want Lola to be all having to deal with this all the time. And there's gonna be some interviews that I do on my own and some meetings I do on my own. So don't be scared. Oh, where's Lola? He done fired Lola already. No, I text Lola, told Lola, hey, got a show tonight. If you want to log in, you log in. Oh. So I can let the world know I'm on there. Boop. If you don't want to log in, Lola, you ain't got to log in, Lola. But if Lola ever want to log in, you know she has it. So what up, though? What up, though? I am back. Last week was a little tough for me. Thank you for everybody who reached out. You know, your boy had a problem with migraine. So please get your health and your wellness check. Because you never know. You never know what's wrong. You never know what happens to you. We're getting older. We're not getting younger. And, you know, as kids, and especially for me, getting raised by my grandparents, I was taught to be invincible. And I'm not fucking invincible. You know what I'm saying? I have some issues, and I got to make sure I get checked. I actually just got me a gym membership. So I'm going to try to get these titties taken care of. You know what I mean? I'm going to try to get these titties out the way, and I'm going to try to, go get my physical and get my colon straight, and my blood pressure and stuff is straight. So I just want to live for my kids. I want to live for my people. I want to live for y'all because I know y'all love this great content. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all share the show, like the show. We're going to have last week's show, episode 44, up tonight on YouTube. So, don't be like, oh, where's last week's? The one about polyamory. So that's going to be up. Polly won a cracker. That was a great show with my man Javon, the R&B teddy bear, and his two wives, and we just talked about polygamy and the stereotypes that it has with it and all that. And it was a great show. But today I have an amazing show. I think this is going to be a very good show today. I think it's going to be an awesome show. Today is episode 45, and it's crazy, y'all. I have done 44 episodes of Straight Talk with Spaceship. And I want y'all to ask yourselves personally, how many of these motherfuckers have y'all watched? And if you haven't watched, please go to our YouTube channel and watch Straight Talk with Spaceship. Just go in there and put Straight Talk with Spaceship, and you'll find it. You'll see them. This one is called Shoot for the Stars, Not for Their Heads. And before we get in, I got a guest today, my bro, Jeffrey Keaton. Most of y'all know him as the hip-hop legend in Dallas. Goodness gracious, he's going to come on. And we're going to be talking about shootings, mass shootings, and we're going to talk about what happened at the Allen Outlet Mall recently. But I want to discuss, and it's crazy how I segue, because I was thinking about this stuff. Your boy, the dumbest NBA player in the league right now, Ja Morant. Ja, I know you may not see this. I know you may not care about what I got to say about you, bro. But you got to be the dumbest NBA player right now. Like, how you, hold on, I'm trying to get on this IG real quick. Let these IG folks. How you, your dumb ass, up here, get caught with a gun, suspended, and then say some bullshit like, oh, I'm going to do better. I know the error of my mistakes. I'm going to fix everything, yada, yada. And as soon as the season is over with, you with these same dumbass niggas doing the same dumbass shit. And I don't even try to talk bad about people. I think it's people prerogative what they do. I try to think it's, you're a grown ass man, but you're not acting like no grown ass man right now. What's up, IG? It's your boy Spaceship Awaits the Incredible. We live right here, Straight Talk with Spaceship. And you on IG live with a gun in your hand. Are you just trying to say, take my career from me? Take my endorsements from me? At what point, and I say this to my black community, do we get out of ourselves and stop trying to be hard? Stop trying to prove something to people who don't care if we lose everything? You are with people that don't care. This ain't even the second time, Ceezy. This is like the fifth. Let's not talk about beating up the little boy. Let's not talk about you going to the shoe store. Ja Morant, you are making some bad decisions. Dick Dillinger, if you want to log in, you're going to have to go to the Facebook. I will shoot you the invite. If you get on the Facebook, I'll shoot you the invite, bro. What up, brother? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? This is my question. And I say this. Most of y'all know me. I'm from Flint, Michigan. A lot of y'all that know me from down here know the comedic side of Spaceship, the funny side of Spaceship. But I got a past. I've done some things that I'm not necessarily proud of. When I made a decision to go to college, I had to put my past away. When I graduated college and I made a decision to become an educator, there was things I had to stop doing. When I made a decision to do music, there was things I had to stop doing. And it don't necessarily have to be in the bylaws. It is maturity. It is growing up. It is understanding that I have too much on the line. I have too many things at stake. You are flexing. And who is the guy? The Pac guy. I forgot his first name. This guy has been kicked away from the games. He's not allowed at the arenas anymore. He has. There was a speculation that he put a red beam on the Pacers. Dude, you finna cost me my money. I will mess up my money before I allow somebody else to mess up my money. And I will mess up my money before I allow someone to pressure me to mess up my money. What is so spectacular that you ain't shooting? You ain't busting shots? You just showing a gun. Look, man. Ja Morant, if you don't get your life together, you're going to be playing basketball in Israel, or you're going to be playing basketball in China next to Jimmer Fredette and Stephon Marbury and Amari Stoudemire, and you're going to be inconsequential. You are going to be a page in the history books of what could have been. You are going to disappoint your family. You're going to disappoint the Memphis Grizzlies organization. You're going to disappoint your teammates. You're going to disappoint your wife if you have one. There is nothing more important for holding a gun, for having a gun. There's a lot of people I know with guns that do not need to show them on IG like this. And there's people saying, well, it wasn't him. It was his friends that went live. Dude, I know how reckless my friends are. If I know how reckless my friends are, I got to be smart around my friends. Because if you got a gun that accessible, what's to say that they won't take your gun when an altercation happens? What's to say that they won't put you in an altercation to where you're going to have to use your gun? Now your career is super done. There was another basketball player, played for Memphis. I don't know if y'all remember him. He played for Washington, played for the Lakers. He played for Memphis. His name was Javaris Crittington. He is in jail right now. Look him up. He is in jail right now for possession. And I think he actually shot somebody. You may have killed somebody. One thing I know about having a gun, and the reason why I don't care about having guns and busting and all that, when shit pops off, especially for hotheads, and I used to be a big hothead. Nowadays, you kids, y'all do too much talking. I grew up in an era where we didn't do too much talking. There was a couple rules. If you show your gun, you better use it. And you better shut up if you don't know if I got a gun. That's why I said, I don't need this in my life. I don't need this stuff in my life. I grew up around killers that I saw brandishing weapons for play. And they wasn't having $139 million. You missed out on over, what, I think $60 million by not making one of the all-NBA teams. And it wasn't because of your skills. The NBA no longer trusts you with being the face of the league because the draft you were in the draft. What up, Bree? The draft you were in was with Zion Williamson, and Zion Williamson can't stay healthy for shit. He may be out the league in about 4 or 5 years. You have become the face of the league. Your speed, your athleticism, your fearlessness, the way you brought your team together. And you're willing to risk this to brandish a weapon on social media? You're willing to lose everything you've worked hard for? You didn't come from a D1 school or a big school. You didn't come from Duke. You didn't come from UNC or Michigan State or UCLA. You came from a small, Murray State, I think? Some small little school. Worked your way up. You come from a very affluent household. And now you are willing to throw that all away for likes, for hearts, for what? Because us regular folks really and truly don't give a fuck if you got a gun or not. Your demise is entertaining to people who like that type of shit. But for us that care about the black community, we're sitting here like, bro, stop. You're embarrassing us. You're embarrassing yourself. Think about your parents. Think about your family. Think about your legacy. And this all comes in. What's up, Uncle Paulie? This all ties into the title of the show. Shoot for the stars, not for the heads. There are so many people brandishing guns because they don't feel like they have an outlet. They don't feel like they have the opportunity to grow and get the things that they want. And they feel like there's no way out. You have a way out. To all my young brothers and sisters out here that's thinking about holding guns and shooting people and thinking that's cool, shoot for the stars. Try to achieve your dreams. Push through. A gun don't make you no man. A gun don't make you no woman. It does not create this fearlessness in you. Because I know people, oh man, I bust. Another thing I learned. The same way you got a gun, somebody else got a gun, fool. When two people got guns, it's all about accuracy and who can shoot first. It ain't about who gun cleaner, who gun look better. You're putting yourself in a situation that is a cycle. I saw somebody say something on my timeline today that said, for all y'all that realize what's going on, man. Easy money. What's up, bro? Man, long time. Good to see you here, man. Thank you. Hit a like or something. There are so many kids that look up to Ja. There are so many kids who was watching Ja every move. There are so many kids who, is that Nessa? There's so many kids who see what Ja's doing. You don't think that's permeating with them to where they think that's cool? They think that's cool. They think that's acceptable. And that's how this cycle continues. Well, they ain't got to do what I do. Then don't do it. Don't do it. Sorry, once you're in that, and I don't just come on here and talk about things. I saw where people were discussing like, oh, but he's not a role model. He didn't sign up to be a role model. When you play in the NBA, come here, let me tell you something. When you play in the NBA, you become a role model. People are looking at you. Little kids are looking at you. When I'm in that gym after school, or I come down to the gym and see kids playing basketball, they say, Ja Morant. Sorry. If you don't want to be a role model, don't play basketball on TV. They put it in your contract. Your dumbass ain't even look at the contract. You ain't even looking at the contract. You're not realizing how much you have at stake. You don't, but the thing is, you don't just have that contract at stake. You have the lives of a community of Black kids who are searching, who are looking for somebody to gravitate to be a role model, to inspire to be. And yet, your decision-making is saying, let me show them a gun. Your decision-making says, let me talk this mess. Let me lie to the public. Let me say, yeah, I'm going to get help. Skip Bayless was talking about the other day, usually when you go to a rehab center, you go for 6 weeks. It helps you change your habit. Dude, you missed what, 6 games, 8 games? Everybody and their mama. What up, Kimoski? Everybody and their mama knew you were still going to do this shit again. Leader Lee. Everybody and their mama knew that this shit was going to happen again with you, bro. We was praying. We was hoping. Y'all ain't been out the playoffs 3 weeks. And you back on IG. Bro, no. Listen, I'm not telling you not to have a gun. Well, what the fuck you got it out for, bro? What was you doing? What was you doing? What's the purpose besides losing yourself? Now today, and as we talk about, y'all make sure y'all come over to the Facebook, The Wild Out Radio, Straight Talk with Spaceship, because I'm not going to stay on the Instagram too long. This is just a snippet. I want y'all to see what we're doing over here, man. I need y'all to make sure y'all go over there. Shoot for the stars, not for their heads. I was looking at some stuff. What do you do? What up, Chris? Hey, what's up, bro? Hey, you gonna be there tomorrow night? I think I'm pulling up tomorrow night. And we still got to work on that song. School's almost out. I'm rusty, bro. I went to the studio a couple weeks ago, and I promise I made a horrible ass song, man. I'm like, oh, I'm so rusty. I need to get in the studio and practice, bro, because my rapping is trash right now. What do you do or realize when there have been more mass shootings in America this year than it has been days this year? And this conversation is really towards my Black brothers and sisters who think it's cool to brandish this weapon. And I know Miss Nay joined next up Wednesdays. J-Rock DJing. Hey, I got to come down to the H anyway. So we got to link up. Make sure you link up. Shoot me your inbox me your number and we'll chop it up. My stepdaughter down there, so I got to come to the H anyway. And I know for the most part, it's not a lot of Black people doing it, but what's happening is with so many mass shootings, and I'm gonna talk about my school. Lately, even at my school, we've had kids on social media brandishing weapons, saying that they're going to actually shoot up the school. We've had parents call me about, I heard it's going to be a shooting at the school. Now, this is the crazy part. In the back of my mind, I'm like, they're not going to do nothing at the school. But to be able to have that fear in America right now. Oh, it's white t-shirt tomorrow. I'll find a white t-shirt. It got to be a plain white t-shirt, or can I put something on it? So far, there has been 131 mass shootings with 4 or more people wounded or killed so far in 2023. In the United States, we have had at least 202 mass shootings according to the Gun Violence Archive. 202 mass shootings. That is ridiculous, y'all. The way the world is going, the way that we are at, it has been so crazy that we have become comfortable. We have become comfortable with these mass shootings, with these killings, with this ability to come into places where there are innocent people and do something so destructive. Because what we fail to realize, and our guest is here, and I'm going to get our guest, and I'm going to get off Instagram. If y'all are on IG, go to The Wild Out Radio on Facebook, and you can watch the rest of this show. I love y'all so much on IG. I appreciate y'all on IG, but we got to get to the Facebook. Okay? I love y'all. I see y'all. I see y'all shortly. Oh. But what we fail to realize is, yes, we have these shootings, but what happens to those that survive these situations? What happens to these people that have to live after this travesty? Excuse my language. Right now, I am going to bring my brother, a Dallas legend. Dallas. I was looking this up last week for the show, right? Hey, Juju. There you go, Chemo. What's up, bro, baby? I was actually looking this up last week to talk about it, and it was crazy because I read one of the quotes, and it was from my brother. It said Jeffrey Keaton, and I said, "Whoa, I know that name, and I know a nigga that live out that way by that name." So I hit my brother up. I said, "Was that you?" He said, "Yeah, bro." And he always a cool G. You know what I'm saying? And so I said, "Hey, we need to talk about this." He said, "Say less." And he was there with his daughter, and we're gonna talk about this. And this is my brother, hip hop legend, one of my hip hop legends. This is my brother, goodness gracious, man. Good fella.
Peace and blessings to people.
All right, let me ask you this. Are you tired of doing interviews, good fella?
I can't complain. God gave me a voice to speak on something, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
After talking to my people, they was like, don't be silent and don't sit there and suffer. Speak on it.
And like I told you today, I don't care when time you need to call me, bro. I'm here. So go ahead and I want you to give a real life account of what actually happened on that day, man.
I mean, it was really the first gorgeous day of the spring in Dallas, Texas. The first sunny day, and it's you feel like being outside. I'm not a person that get outside often,
Right.
So me and my daughter, we was going to go handle some family business and decided to just stop at the Fat Burger because she hadn't been. I wanted to treat her, spend some father-daughter time. And we sitting there, we eating, and then out of the blue, you just start seeing people running. You start hearing people screaming and crying, and then faintly you hear shots. And then those shots ain't faintly no more. Them shots are loud.
Yeah.
And close. I dug my child up under the counter. They had a metal counter at the Fat Burger. And From there, the manager allowed us to run in the back. So we ran in the back, in that back hallway in between all the rest of the stores. And from there, because there wasn't any door handles. So I'm like, in here, we're sitting ducks. We're not gonna be able to stay in here. So a door opened, and that happened to be to the sunglasses store that was next door to the Fat Burger. So I was like, that's our cue. So I took my daughter and about 15 other people along with me out that door trying to get to the car. And when I got out there, we were met by the police, and it was everybody get down on the ground, put your hands up. I look to the left and I see what I thought at first was a police officer. So now I'm really nervous because I'm standing in front of 6 police officers with automatic weapons, and it's a police officer down to my left. I look back down to my right and I see 8 or 9 bodies down. Just some dying, some holding on, and just some didn't make it. And at that point, I laid down. I tried to cover my daughter's face, and just don't look that way. Don't look that way either. Just look ahead at this wall right here. And as I kept looking at this guy to my left, because he's only about 5 feet away from me, from where the police had us lay down. And from that point, I see that he's got on Chuck Taylor. So I'm like, oh no, that's the shooter. That ain't the police.
Yeah, yeah.
So at that point, they kind of let us get back up and then put us back into that hallway. And at that point, it's nervousness because now they're funneling more people into that hallway, and everybody's distraught. They're passing these bodies coming in. It's people in there having panic attacks. I'm trying to keep everybody calm, and because any banging on the door is making everybody run in different directions, and it's like a stampede where anybody can get trampled. And I was like, we gotta stay calm.
Mm-hmm.
The officers asked us to, kind of stay quiet so they can hear their radios, and I'm I'm just trying to really protect my daughter
Right.
because at the end of it, that was what mattered the most to me because he could have had my life as long as he ain't fuck with hers,
Right.
you know. And they escorted us off of the property, and I was able to get my vehicle the next day. And as we was walking to my buddy Lucky, you know what I'm saying, Lucky came and picked us up because his daughter actually works at that mall.
Yeah.
And she happened to be off that day, but he stays in the vicinity. So he came, he picked us up, and as we was walking to his car, this lady stopped and asked me for an interview, and I did it. And she just happened to be from the New York Times.
Yeah.
And from there, it went nuts. CNN and
Yeah.
MSNBC, Good Morning America, Fox News, Script News. It was, and then a whole lot of other people I didn't even interview or speak with that and printed stories on me and did what they called interviews on me. And I was just a little taken back by all of it because all I was doing was giving glory to the Most High because he really had his hands on us. He had us covered in his blood, and I all I did was what any father would do in a situation.
Now, how long all this that happened, and I know it is the talking seems longer, but how long did all of this take place from the time you first noticed people running to the time you were outside on the ground? How long of a span was that?
That was all of 2.5 minutes, man. It wasn't long. If that part happened so quick, and being able to describe it in such detail is just because that was, you know, that was just nuts. It's something that you don't forget. Makes it kind of hard to sleep at it at night, because there's some images you won't never forget. And I'm just praying that my child didn't, get too much of that into her mental, because I mean she's dealing with it better than I am, but I think I did a good job in making sure that she didn't see as much as she did.
Right, right. Um, when you were in that area when they put you to the back, was your thoughts only on your child, or was it? I won't say trying to be a hero, but was you thinking, okay, if I can get it out, let me get as many people out as possible, or was it only?
It was, I mean, like I said, I had about 15 people with me, and that included a few mothers with their children, a couple couples. I mean, it wasn't about being a hero. It was just trying to lead the way. Sometimes it's more important to lead, stay idle, and you know everything go bad, and then you're looking at 20 bodies instead of the nine that ultimately ended up losing their lives.
Yeah, yeah. That's so. And how old is your daughter?
16.
16. How have y'all had conversations about this? I know you said that she may be taking a little better than you. Have y'all had conversations about this day yet, or is it kind of like just unspoken until she's ready, or is she ready? Has she already asked you questions?
Well, my whole thing is just I didn't want to press her, you know, because she is doing good. She went straight to from that episode to being amongst her teammates and being covered in the love of her basketball team. And from there, she's been okay.
Yeah,
If she did get those emotions out, it may have been to some of her classmates, and I'm not mad at that.
mhm.
I do. I have spoken with her about it. We've talked about it, about what she's seen, and she just, it's not that she brushes it off. It's just that she's trying to move forward,
Right.
and I respect that more than anything, because, like I say, me sometimes it's not easy, you know, to get what I saw or what we went through out of my mind.
Mhm. So we gonna dig some deep a little bit, but I want to discuss your mental being, your mental health right now. How has this changed your perspective or enlightened you on life? I think because sometimes we have the naivety of it could never happen to me. It only happened in certain places. How has this awakened you? And I know, like you mentioned earlier, I'm not really a go out type of person. Has this made you even more reclusive? Do you think in the future you'll become more reclusive or more reserved? Will this make you take your own weapon? Or how has this affected you so far?
I mean, my perspective has changed in the sense of I'm just, you know, great. I mean, I've always been grateful for the opportunity to just be here, you
Yeah.
know, to live, to love, to spread positivity, but now it's like it's now I feel like I have to. You know, it wasn't that urgent to me before that this incident.
Mm-hmm.
But now there's a urgency in my heart and my soul to continue to spread the positivity and do it, you know, not for sake, but for the world's sake and for God's, and I mean, I ultimately at the end of it, I'm just grateful, and then I don't know what to say about the firearms, man, because what is the answer? Do we need more firearms? Do we need less firearms? I mean, you give more, then you have the wild, wild west. You know what I'm saying? If you take away the guns, then you have martial law because the laws be the only ones with their guns.
But and see,
You know what I'm saying? And
in other countries though, they don't have gun problems because everybody can't get guns. It is so easy to get guns in America. It is so easy to get an AR-15 in America. It's not necessarily martial law. Only certain people need guns. Everybody don't need a gun. It's niggas with guns that ain't never used a gun. And for people that shot guns, they know how hard it is to shoot a gun. That's why they have gun ranges.
And that's the part that bothers me. That part. I grew up a military child.
Okay, go ahead. You grew up a military child? Oh, don't freeze on me. Okay, there you go. Now, what you were saying? Let's see if I can get him back. We still here, y'all. Straight Talk with Spaceship, episode 45. Shoot for the stars, not for the head. Look at my man. Goodness gracious, here. He was actually at the Allen Outlet Mall when they had the shooting 2 weeks ago. We try to get the camera right. You know, he had to go outside for a smoke break. It's stressful. It's stressful even talking about this, man. You know, this is deep. This is like we say, it's one thing to talk about and see it on the news. Even for me, like I saw it, I read it, but this is my bro. We done cook food together. We play dominoes together every day. So to know he was there, like, and for him to be there is way more than I could even fathom. You back? You back? Goodness. I don't hear you yet. Goodness gracious. Can you hear me? Go out and come back in. Nigga probably had a phone call. These niggas, you know, that's the thing about StreamYard, man. I be knowing how to use this shit by now. I've been using this shit for years. Then niggas don't be knowing how to use that shit. You might have got a phone call in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? I can't hear you. We're gonna try to get them back on. But you know, we have to think about that, like the after effects. What is the answer? What is the answer? I'm a person now. I would used to be on the fence, but I don't think the answer is more guns. I think we have to take away the guns. We have to make it harder for people to get guns. Because hands, you can't beat me with hands. Come on, bring a knife. You better bring a fucking machete or something. And I'm sorry. I have not heard of a lot of niggas getting killed by machete. A lot of niggas get killed. A lot of niggas get shot. But niggas ain't getting killed by machete. Niggas might get stabbed. You know. But, you know, it's crazy how, like I say, this man, and I've been in malls. I see security. And them niggas be on their phone. Like, we need to talk about that too. Because security guards, y'all some bullshit. And you security guard companies, I know y'all trying to get some cheap fucking labor, but y'all need some security guards that's gonna secure some shit. Y'all be having security guards at the mall that nigga be on their phone. I be asking them niggas, hey, yo, where Mrs. Fields at? I don't know. Nigga, what is you doing? You work here every day, nigga. You don't know where Mrs. Fields is at? You don't know where Foot Locker at, nigga? You don't see them kids over there about to fight, nigga, stealing, nigga? Y'all lazy? We got to have more. Listen, it's not going to be an exact science. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be an exact science. We're not going to have the right answer for everything. If we take away the guns from people, then police are going to have more guns. But how many people really shooting cops like that? You don't really want to be a cop killer. You don't want to be a cop killer. Anyway. And you can I believe you can defund the police and take away guns, and it'd be easy. We create violence by being so scary. By having so many guns, we create violence. I ain't got to walk around showing my pistol. I don't get in fights. I don't get in fights like that. Let's be better people. Yes, mental health is real. But you know why mental health is real? Because we're not nice to people. We don't teach our kids to be nice to people. We talk shit about people all the time, and that's what our kids learn. So that's when they bully these kids until they 19, 20, 24, 25 years old. And that's when people go shoot up, because now I don't to shoot up a place, you gotta really not give a fuck. Now I know there's some, you know, some people that shoot up that having certain, you know, agendas. There's people with certain agendas. I get it. But if we throw the book at these fuckers, you know why white people can kill black people so easily? Because they know they're going to get off. There's a chance they're going to get off. I'm sorry. You don't see a lot of guns in Dubai. You don't see a lot of guns in China, in Japan. You don't hear a lot. Ireland, nigga. You're not hearing these killings in these other countries. You hear them in America because it's so accessible and we're so scary and we're so mean. We are mean before we're nice. We treat people like shit. We are selfish and we're running after the dollar. These third world countries or these countries that don't have as money like we do, they have culture, they have community, they have accountability, they have roles. But did we forget that they stole this country? Their goal over here was business from 19 whenever, because I'm not going to say 1492. 14, 13, 10, whatever. Their goal here was business. This is an economic country, and we try to make it seem like, oh, it's business. You know why they sell so many guns? Because it's a business. They don't give a fat baby who they sell a gun to. They don't care. And this ain't even to my black community, because even though y'all have guns, y'all killing each other. We're going to talk about that in a minute. We're talking about these mass shootings that ain't black folks. The only mass shooting I know for black folks was the DC snipers. Our pussy asses can't even fight one-on-one with each other. I grew up with these. Anybody know Spaceship, no Hustle Man? Anybody know Hustle Man know about these? We don't fight with these. We too sensitive. We get so butthurt, we want to shoot somebody. We want to shoot kids. We out here in America shoot mothers, dads, for no reason. We're going into malls and killing strangers for no reason. Because we hate people. We hate people so bad. And I'm one of those people that say, I don't like people. We've been there. I don't like people. But they hate people. They hate people so much that they will walk into a random place where there's probably nobody in there they know. Maybe two. Let's say, because it's a mall. I might not even see them. I went to the mall the other day. I saw two of my old students and a frat brother. But let's just say he don't know nobody in there. He was willing to kill people he did not know. Think about, Alita, think about that. He do not like people enough to go shoot up a place full of strangers. How do he get a gun? How is he living a life where he can set up and plan this? Where you have nobody checking on you. You have no friends, no family, nobody to redirect you, nobody to change you. Let me tell you, I'm sorry. I'm open up I've been depressed this year. My depression reactivated. There has been days where I wanted to die. There has not been days where I wanted to kill people. There's been days where I've been lonely as fuck, like somebody just talked to me. There has not been days where I wanted to go to a place and just kill random ass people. Think about that. That's sick. We are becoming scared to go to pub. I am scared to go to. I was just thinking, like, man, I want to go to an outlet mall just to go. That's a day trip. You ain't got to buy shit. It's an outlet. I can go to different places. I can go eat. You know what I'm saying? It ain't close, so it's going to be about a 30, 40-minute drive. Stay there about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Drive back. That's 4 hours and 5 hours of your day type shit. Nigga, I don't want to go. I don't want to go to Six Flags. We have to start being more loving. We have to start being intentional in people's lives because you never know what people are thinking. This shit is. The United States has faced at least 202 mass shootings so far this year. 131 of them have been, 4 or more people have been wounded or killed. A 131 times strangers died, bro. And we sit here and we don't have a problem. We sit here and we're not voting. We sitting here complaining. We're sitting here posting guns. We're sitting here enabling our friends. What are we doing? What are we doing? We're sitting here listening to this music that our kids are listening to. We're sitting here not saying hi to the janitor because we think they're the janitor. Let me tell you, and this may sound funny, but if we had a kid come to our school and actually shoot the school up, and all bullshit aside, I wouldn't be scared. Because I fucks with every kid at my school. If a nigga shot me, he'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Jones. My bad. Go to your room. My bad. High five. High five. Nigga, damn, you just got my stomach, nigga. Because I speak to people. I try to talk to people. I saw a post today. Said, I'm a good person. I'm not always a nice person. I'm going to be genuine with you. We got to be genuine with people, man. We got people here, people that we know are fucked up. We might not think we know them. But somebody in your circle needs to be talked to. Spend time with. If not, you won't be spending time with your family. It can happen anywhere. It can happen to anybody. My bro, goodness gracious, said it was 2.5 minutes. Two and a half minutes. If that man would have walked in that back area where they was at, where he said there was no handles on the door, think about that. Think about that. If he walked back there with those 15 people, with them moms and them daughters, and with him and his daughter, with them kids. Because more than likely ain't nobody in there got a gun. Ain't nobody in that back room got a gun right now. He said it. I'm fucked. Man, look. We have to stand up and do something about this. I'm not holier than thou. I'm not going to be here and professing, but for the last about 4 years, I've been voting. I vote locally. I vote nationally. We have to try to make change, bro. It ain't no exact science to this shit. But these motherfucking Republicans out here, they want guns out here. This they money. This they fucking money. This our kids. We can't just be sad for our kid. We got to be sad for the other kid, for the other family, for that other person we don't know. You feel like this is, it's getting worse and worse. Like I said, you got kids that can post on social media, oh, I'm finna go shoot up this school. I'm finna go shoot up this school. And that's like a real life threat. And they don't post their face. They'll post their name. Kids, let me tell you, your kid ain't using their real name on social media. I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that nugget. You looking for your kid name, you not gonna find it. And kids don't post pictures on Instagram or social media. They do stories, something that can disappear. They'll post one picture because they need it for their page, and it'll be of an anime character. You need to know what your kids is doing. Because these kids, all they thinking about is scaring America, keeping America scared. We're saying, oh, we need guns. We need more police. No, we don't. We need more police because we got more guns. If we had less guns, we would need less police. If we had less guns, we would have less crime. Nigga, America ain't just got crime just cause. We got crime Because it's easy to do a crime. We should be having just speeding tickets type shit. Yeah, nigga gonna steal. They're gonna steal. But we got murders, man. We got killings. We got babies being killed. We got mamas being killed, brothers being killed, sisters being killed way too soon, way for dumb reasons. And people getting away with that shit. And we okay with it. Or we think what we need to do is protect ourselves more. No, we don't. More guns mean more idiots with guns. More guns mean more idiots with guns. Because real smart people don't need guns like that. We don't. I know there's people that do it. I ain't never been a collector of guns. They don't intrigue me like that. They're destructive. They're destructive. What do I need guns? Like, what do I need a bunch of guns for? And I got them all loaded. You're setting the world up. Like, even for like these kids that's getting guns. I was talking about this the other day. These kids that's getting guns from their parents and shit, right? Parents should get life, automatic life. No conversation. If your kid say they got a gun and it's found that they got the gun from your house, that's automatic life. If you got a gun, that bitch should be put up. That bitch should be put up. How the fuck is you letting your kid or your kid is able to take a gun to school? If you leave to go to work before your kid go to school, your gun should be locked in a place where your kid can't get in. If you take your kid to school, you should be checking backpacks. If your kid is walking to school before you go to work, you should be checking backpacks. Locked in the safe where the kid can't even see it. The kid don't even know where the fuck the gun's at. If I'm not home, what I need bullets in the gun for? Why I need I'll take my bullets and put them bitches in my trunk. The fuck? The clip. The clip in another lock box. For me, I don't get it. For me, I don't get it. For me, how are you allowing your kid to have this situation happen? I'm sad about it, y'all. I'm sad about it. We got to be more intentional, though. I'm a proponent of see something, say something. I have kids now. I don't want that phone call. Ain't no keeping it real in this world to make me want that phone call. And now I get it. Yeah. I apologize to Mary Lou and Willie and Pat and Aunt Tootie. I get it now. I don't want that phone call. I was telling some kids today at school. When you die, you ain't gonna care. When I die, I'm not gonna care. But everybody else that's still alive gonna care. That kid, when that kid gets shot, they don't care. But we got to deal with the aftermath, the families, the loved ones, the teammates, the classmates, the tutors, the teachers, the girl at Walmart that know her, the girl at McDonald's that always see her walk in here, the pastor. Sometimes we be so worried about self and knowing, oh, I'm going to be good. But what about everybody else? When we die, we ain't going to care. They going to care. Let's get rid of these guns, y'all. Let's stop this bullshit. Let's stop this violence. It's episode 45. Shoot for the stars, not for their heads. It's your boy. Spaceship Oasis Incredible. Goodness gracious, that he got off, but I appreciate the time he did give us. I thank him for that opportunity to speak with him and hear his story. Y'all make sure y'all check us out each and every Thursday, The Wild Out Radio Thursday Night House Party, each and every Sunday, The Wild Out Radio Super Duper Sunday Music Review Show. Happy birthdays are in order. I love y'all so much. Y'all have been super duper dope. It's your boy, Spaceship Oasis Incredible. I'm out. Peace.